Hey, everybody, what's up? I am Andrea Michelle, your intuitive transformational coach, and I am here to talk to you about something that I feel is extremely important. And that thing that I want to talk to you about is the importance of community. I came on here and I talked to you about community and what the community represents for you and how the community really reveals who you are, like the people who you're surrounded by. That is a revelation of who you actually are as a person. And the good news is that you can change that dynamic at any given time because you are the creator of your own reality and you determine who's in your world, who's not in your world. Like that is all on you. But today I was out during one of my walks. So what I do to increase my productivity through the day is I work for a total of anywhere between 60 to 90 minutes. And then I go outside for 10 minutes. And that's for two reasons. The first reason is because energy is not created or destroyed. It can only be transformed. And so I don't want whatever energy of whatever it is that I'm working on to stay with me as I transition into another area. So I walk to kind of move the energy. And the second reason why I do it is because I really get a lot of downloads and inspiration by being outside. And even though it's like 20 degrees where I am, I bundle up and I go outside. But I was out there walking and this question came to me and I want to pose it to you. And that question is, who's supporting you? So there are so many women who think that they have to do it all. There are so many women who think that because they think they can do it all, because they can't, no one can do it all, right? So it's just a perception. Because they think they can do it all, they think that it is a strength, but it's not a strength. When you come into something with the attitude that I can do it all and I can do it all by myself and I'm an independent woman, you are devaluing yourself. And not only that, you are basically giving the people around you permission to also devalue you. And so that's why community is so important, because when you are surrounded by a quality community, not just a community, right? Because again, we are the people who we're surrounded by. But when you're surrounded by a quality community, you will have people who will say, hold up a sec, let me help you out. And there are some memes going around on Facebook now. And one of those memes say something like, here's, thumbs up or something like that to all the women who are basically crying internally, but making it look good on the outside. Let me tell you something. It's time out for that. Okay. Ain't no shout out to the women who are crying on the inside or crying on the inside and making it look good on the outside. Beloved, stop it. Because when you put on that front, when you pretend like everything's all good on the outside, but you're burning up in the inside, you're killing yourself. You're killing yourself. And to those people who are putting those posts out there, stop it. If you really want to help your sis, if you really want to help your friend, then you are going to do that. And it doesn't take that much to help out your sister. It doesn't take that much. Instead of putting that post out there, shouting out to the woman who's crying inside and outside, like Tupac said, looking fearless, which that's one of my favorite songs. But instead of you putting that post out there, why don't you take it straight to Facebook Messenger and say, hey, you know what? I'm thinking about you. Is there anything that I can do to help and support you? And that's when the words that you're putting out there on social media, that's what makes it authentic. And that's when people will begin to trust you, because now you're putting action behind those posts. Because let me tell you something, the posts you are putting out there, you are doing more harm than you're doing good. Because if you take a woman who is struggling and you put that post out there, she may read that post and even break down even more, because she's like, yeah, see, people know I exist, but they're not doing anything about it. So as women, right? As women, can we just stop with all the superficial? Can we just stop with all the nonsense? Can we just for 1 minute, can we for just 1 minute, can we stop putting all these superficial posts out there? Can we stop pretending like everything is all good when on the inside we are dying? And again, when we put up that front and when we pretend externally that we're okay and internally we are not, we're devaluing ourselves and we're teaching people how to treat us. And then we wonder, why do people treat me this way? Because that's how you're treating yourself. Because people will do to you what you allow them to do. No one is taking advantage of you. I want you to get that. No one is taking advantage of you. You're allowing them to do the things they're doing to you. No one is always ignoring you. No one is, you're not this person where I give myself to everybody and when I need something, nobody does these things for me. That's the energy you're putting out there, sweetheart. That's the energy you're putting out there. And I know this may come across as maybe like hard or whatever, but that's not what I'm trying to. The message is coming across hard because it is a hard message. But I am not coming to you from this position of pointing my fingers at you. I am asking you. I am asking you, sis. I'm asking you, beloved, to stop pretending that you are okay when you are in fact hurting on the inside. You have the power to build up a community. You have the power to surround yourselves with the people who will support you. You have the power to change your entire life, your entire dynamic, but you will not do that if you keep pretending. You're only going to get more of the same. And going back to this whole thing of putting these posts out there to, shout out to the woman who's doing all of this crying, looking good on the outside, but inside you're looking good. Instead of putting those posts out there, like I said before, reach out to your sis. And if it is within your means, throw her a little something. One of the things that I do, and I've never shared this with anybody, but I'm sharing it now to prove a point so that you know that I am a woman of my word and I won't tell you anything that I don't do myself. If I see women here on Facebook, and we don't have to be friends in real life, if we're friends on Facebook and someone puts out a post, I may periodically comment on their post and say, oh, I'm thinking about you and I'm sorry, but that's more of lip service. But if that's all you can offer, that's all you can offer, right? But what I do is I go straight to Facebook Messenger. And good old Facebook has this thing where you can send money to people. And you know what I do? I send them money. I've even sent as much as $100 to one of my sisters, not blood sisters. I've sent $100 to women I don't even know. But they're a part, their post came up on my news feed and I was feeling some kind of way and I gave them some money. There was even a time when I had $35 in my account and I knew that I needed to reserve $10 because I had all of my stuff is like auto debit from my account because I don't ever want to forget to pay something. So it's auto debit. So I knew I had $10 coming out of my account, but I wanted to do something for this is my sister. So what I did was I sent her $25. And guess what? Personally, I never missed a beat. Like my finances were fine. Nothing was ever defaulted or anything like that. My point in telling you this is it is time out for women pretending like they're Superwoman or like they're Wonder Woman. Because in case you didn't know, Wonder Woman doesn't exist. Superwoman ain't real, right? All we have is ourselves. All we have is the life that we have in front of us. And as y'all know, I believe that we create our reality. So again, I'm asking you to stop pretending and get real with yourself. Get real with yourself and truly sit down and ask yourself, while I'm out here supporting everybody else, who's supporting me? And if you notice that if you don't have a response for that, right? Like if you don't have anybody who is supporting you, then let that be an indication. Let that serve as an indication that nobody is supporting you, because at the very fundamental energetic level, you're not supporting yourself. So when you see that and when you have your answer, instead of becoming bitter and, feeling sorry for yourself, saying, nobody's supporting me, say, I have no one supporting me because I'm not supporting myself. And there's an energy that I'm putting out there. So let me start with myself. Let me fill my own cup first. And then I can pour into others. And what you will notice is that once you begin to fill your own cup, other people will begin to come and pour into you. And I am so grateful that I am surrounded by an amazing community of people. But make no mistake about it, the only reason why I am surrounded by an amazing community of people is because I decided to love myself first. I decided to take care of myself first. I decided to look in the mirror and say that I am beautiful first. And that is what has attracted all of these amazing people into my orbit. But I am not any different than you. You can do and have the exact same thing. My community grows every day. And it's not that my community grows in numbers, but my community grows in quality and in depth. And that same can be true for you. But again, I'm asking you to stop pretending. I'm asking you to take off the cape. I'm asking you to take off the mask, because it's not serving you. And I know you think it's serving other people, but it's not serving them either. It serves no one. So as we go into 2020, as we prepare to go into 2020, which from an energetic perspective is an absolutely amazing year. Let me tell you, 2020 is the year that for those people who are ready to elevate, to transform, 2020 is the year that that's going to happen. But for those people who aren't ready, they're going to fall by the wayside. You have no choice, because that's the energy of 2020. So as we go into 2020, let's take off the cape, let's take off the mask, and let's stop pretending like we can do it all. Let's stop pretending like we're Wonder Woman. Let's stop pretending like we're Superwoman. Let's stop pretending like we're perfectionists when we're really insecure. Stop pretending. Stop. Please, I am asking you. So again, ask yourself, who's supporting me? Once you have that answer, if you realize you have no one supporting you, then that means you need to take a step back and begin supporting yourself. For those people who are supporting you, make sure you pour into them and make sure there's reciprocity into the relationship, and go deeper into that relationship and go deeper into that community. So again, I've just felt so compelled to come on here and say this because I've gone through my own metamorphosis. Andrea has died so many times in the last few months. The Andrea that I thought I was, the expectations that I thought I had, the beliefs that I thought were true, all of that was basically torn down to the ground. And I have been rebuilt over and over and over again. Right? So I'm coming to you in this way because this is how I've been feeling led to come to you. And so I hope you receive it, but let's stop pretending and truly ask yourself, especially as we go into 2020, who's supporting me?